Oh, I'm meeting with so much resistance. It's unbelievable. Like, what is that? I'm being given a message. Everything's locked up. Nothing's loading properly. It says I have an invalid configuration. I don't know what that means. I just don't understand. Something's wrong. Something is really wrong. Okay. And how about you? How about you? You? I don't know what any of this means. Okay, again, I don't know if anybody's there. I don't know. Let's see. And how about you? Okay, it says that 2 people are watching. If you're watching, can you type me a message? Say something. About you. Okay, so that actually went through. Okay, I think I'm ready to rock and roll. Okay, I got Denise. Denise, if you can hop on the YouTube, the new YouTube channel, which is here. I'm going to send you the link in this Facebook message that you sent me. This is the new video doohickey. And paste. I just need you to post your question again on that YouTube feed. Okay, I've got Gail. Oh no, I see you, Gail. Okay, cool. All right, good. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. All right, so I'm actually typing and talking at the same time. Focusing on work and love. All right, let's do it. Who's coming in for Gail? Who's coming in for Gail? One card, Gail. One card for romance, the tender heart, the sensuality, and work as well. One card. Let's start off, let's do two cards. One card for sensuality and love, romance. We have the Six of Cups, which represents, it represents the tender heart. It represents the tenderness and the sweet nostalgia of being a young girl. I remember when I was young, I would fall in love with practically every man I saw. I don't know what it was, but there was so much tenderness in my heart, so much openness, and there was a lack of judgment, there was a lack of blame, and there was a trust, an open-hearted trust of men. And I don't really know where that even came from. But that's what I'm sharing with you, because this card, the Six of Cups, represents that sweetness of youth, where the world is innocent. And maybe the message, Gail, is to go back to that time in your life when you were innocent. And it doesn't mean that you don't get to use good judgment. It doesn't mean that you can't be discerning. But God knows we don't need to be going forth in our relationships with judgment, alienation, and searching out all the wrong things. We don't need to be moving forward with that. So as you go forth in this, the rest of this week, into this springtime, because we're moving into spring, allow your inner child to come forth, to bloom, to blossom. Allow your resistance to this change and this high cycle, this high point in our cycle. Allow your resistance to fall away and see what happens. Okay, that's your reading for the spring and romance. I'll tell you another thing. This sensuality thing came in when I was a little kid and I was all in love with every man and every boy that I ever saw. My body was like alive with pleasure. My body felt great, it felt great to be touched. Whether it was my mom hugging me or my friends holding my hands or whatever, it felt so good to be alive, this body. So that's the message. As far as work is concerned, you have the card of, which is Temperance. Temperance represents kind of an alchemical reaction between like turning something that isn't a high vibration, turning that into something that is a high vibration. It's mixing different elements. If you want me to answer more about work, give me something a little more specific instead of just a general reading, because it's a little bit better to have more information. That would be great if you can give me more information, Gail. Just type it here in the box if there's something specific. Because otherwise the message is simply be patient, allow things to kind of come together as they're going to come together. Hold the space for what it is you desire. But see, that to me feels very general, and you know, I don't really like to be really general. So just give me some more information, honey. All right, Denise, put your question up for me because it's still not showing. So let me actually, I'm going to refresh the page and see if Denise has given me more information. Denise, it just says, hey, I'm listening. So I need your question. And actually, I'll hop over here and see if you've typed anything else here on Facebook, and it doesn't look like you have. So I'm going to move on to Betty. Okay, so Betty wants a reading in general, but with points of interest in love, career, and philanthropy. All right, here's a card for love with Miss Betty. King of Wands. Oh, I have to use this, don't I? King of Wands. So the King of Wands represents, well, it's really cool if this could represent a man that's coming into your life, the King of Wands, and it means that he'd be an active man, very, probably a little on the mature side. He's a leader in commerce, like the head of a business. He loves responsibility. He loves taking ideas and putting them into action. He loves creating. He loves managing his team. He loves being a leader. So I keep seeing this man. It's funny. I've got two different aspects of this man that's sitting here. It looks like the same man, but one is it's either an older version of himself. There's either a young version and an older version. The young version is very handsome, very upright, very straightforward. The younger version is that. The older version is a little bit harder, a little bit worn. I feel actually like these are two different dimensions of the same man. I don't think it's the same man knowingly. I feel like I'm actually getting two different aspects of this particular soul. So let me explain that. You are to keep your eyes open for a dark-haired man. I would say that the number 45 is coming in, around 45 years old. A gray suit or a black suit. Okay, so the one that looks older says that actually he's the same age as the other version. It's just he's had a different path, he's had a different life. And he says that he is sorry. He says that you know him. Okay, so okay, so there's an opportunity for romance, Betty, coming for you. And he says that in this, the energy that wants to come to you, that wants to connect with you, is dressed in a body that you would not appreciate. And he has an avatar that is dressed in a body that you would appreciate. In fact, any woman would appreciate this handsome being. But the handsome aspect of this energetic is distracted, and he's looking in the wrong direction. So you got two choices. You can wait for this energetic to come around in the pretty body. That might take a while. Or you can open up your heart and mind and receive this nurturing energetic in the little worse for wear package that he's wearing, that he's using. He says he's happy to receive you. He's wearing a gray suit, or he'll be wearing a gray suit. Hopefully he's going to be washing it in between these wears while he's waiting for you to approach him or to find him or for your paths to cross. If you want to open up yourself to him, then go ahead. Either way, if you wait for the younger version, you'll be fine. But if you want to have some sweet loving and tenderness and support and a very powerful spirit guide, then you can receive him now as he is. All right. If you have any questions on that, hey, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, Betty, let's see. So we're going to do career and philanthropy. Okay, let's see what we have for career. Thank you. So you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, which represents having a lot, being, having a lot and being very generous. And the key with this card, and I guess this ties into the philanthropy as well. So you're getting 2 for 1 card here. You have a lot, give more. You have plenty, so give more. We can talk about that together, but the idea is, as you acquire abundance in your career, you acquire abundance in your career, not just in terms of money, but in terms of the knowledge you have. And mentoring is coming in as if it's perhaps time to consider, mentoring or, sharing your time. Maybe that's going to be the next stage for you for philanthropy. It's not always about money, sometimes sharing my gosh, isn't it like that most of the time? Sharing your love, sharing your wisdom, sharing your knowledge, sharing your insight. That's really quite generous, and that's going to help not just your career, but your, I think that's the message. Okay, Betty, let me know if there's more you want, okay? All right, let's see. Let me check back in and find Gail. Gail, okay, she says she's going to let her inner child shine. Right on. Spot on regarding advice. And during meditation the other day, it came to me that I need to start trusting again, let my guard down. Kind of scary, though. Thank you. Totally get it. Absolutely get it. Yep. Thank you. Denise, I'm waiting for your question. Oh, a general 2015 reading. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So this is going to be for Denise. Denise, I really would love to see you. I've been thinking about you so much. I want to make a trip up to Vancouver Island to sit with you, catch up. All right. One card, most important message for Denise. Temperance again coming forth. This idea of temperance is about patience, being patient and allowing things to come, blending the divine masculine and the divine feminine, but probably moving into that space of the divine feminine a little bit more than normal. I think most of us, particularly in the West, don't use that natural feminine energy enough. The natural feminine energy is the trust and the allowing things to come in their own time, allowing it's not easy, right? I mean, especially the way we are raised here, this idea of having something that you want, something that you desire. When do you take action? How much action do you take? Do we just keep pushing through? And our first most powerful step in any endeavor is to simply come to the present moment and sit and just allow ourselves to be still. And to simply hold the space of what it is we desire. Hold the space of our desire in a peaceful, trusting, loving way. Let that be first. And then we take our action from there. And that's what temperance is about. That's what this card is about. With this little angel and the two cups, that there's a flow between the two. This is about allowing the energy to flow between the masculine and the feminine. Allowing, being in peace, being still, taking action, coming back to peace, taking action. I think that's the thing that might be important for you. Denise, it says, I just see your note here. It says, how about toward home and finances? Well, I think this answer is for that. Let me just grab another card here. I'm just going to give you another card to talk about home and finances. And it says, the Fool. I had a really interesting conversation yesterday with a dear friend about the energy of the Fool. And because she thought that the Fool represented someone who was not very wise or not very smart, and probably not very useful. But in tarot, we take a more pure form of this concept of the Fool. I have to make sure that I'm getting the whole thing in there. And the Fool is a young person, And this goes back to that Six of Cups card that we got for Gail's reading. But the Fool is a young person who's setting out on a journey. And the Fool carries with him just some things in his pack. And he's got his loyal companion, his dog, or whatever it is that animal figure is going to be coming with him. But it represents, again, being innocent, being pure, and starting on a new journey. It's a new adventure. It's a new opportunity to see everything through new eyes. So, for example, if you're speaking about your home, you're speaking about finances, you have a way of being in your home. You have a way of being with your finances. When the Fool comes up, it's saying, hey, just forget about everything you think you know about your home and all the inhabitants in it. Just for a minute, consider that everything in your home is brand new. You don't know how the blender is going to work. You don't know how the microwave is going to work. Look at it anew. You don't know how the boys are going to behave. Just assume you don't. Instead of putting them in the category of, well, this is what they always do. This is, if I say this to him, then this is what he's going to say to me because this is the way it always goes. Release that limitation and that resistance in your mind and allow a brand new potential to come forth, a new possibility to come forth. Do that with home, do that with finances, and see how you fare. Check in with me. All right, Denise, let me know if you have any other questions from that. Okay, Margot, let's do a love reading for me since I'm a lover. When will my kindred spirit soulmate find me? Margot, you know the answer to that. The answer is he's already here. There's no finding to be done. The question is, when will you shed your resistance to allowing him into your space? So let's just talk about the question, though, in the way that you've presented it. Margot. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is this queen of spirit, of energy. She is someone who is very resourceful, highly energetic. She's wise, she's passionate. She's also compassionate. And so if you allow this energy to emerge from within yourself, just picture like a beautiful, graceful spinning ballerina. And she's spinning so powerfully. And what she's doing is she's creating a whirlwind of energy around her. And the more graceful she is, the more committed she is to honing her natural essence. Her natural essence is she's a spinning ballerina. So the more she is herself, the more Margot is herself, the more Margot is going to pull in, by virtue of the vortex she's creating, the more she's going to pull in more of Margot. So when you say that kindred spirit, you can't help but pull in a kindred spirit because your vortex is going to repel anything that's not of you. So your question is when? When will my kindred soulmate find me? As soon as you start spinning yourself and being yourself. As soon as you are ready to shed one layer, all you got to do is shed one layer of something that is resistance to him, and he can get in there and dance with you. So that's your answer. Okay, let me know if there are any other questions. Type them in the box. Margot. Okay. Michelle. Michelle says anything at all. Mental well-being in particular. Okay, and Denise says that was a perfect answer. Yay! Emily, I see you there. I'm going to be with you in just a quick moment. Let me work with my buddy Michelle. All right, Michelle wants to know about well-being. Okay. Michelle. So this one is the answer. Oh, okay. So, 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, Michelle, represents, well, you can see, he's bent over and he's trying to pick up a big old bundle of sticks. This card comes in when you are, when you got to pick up a whole bunch of sticks. This card comes in when you have got so much stuff on your plate and you can't even manage it all. You got so much stuff on your plate. So that's the answer to your question. You're overwhelmed, you're tired, you're carrying a whole bunch of sticks on your plate. Now, or on your back is usually how they'll show him, with a big old burden, like it's a burden of stuff, you know? So with this particular card, you're kind of getting toward the breaking point where it's the end of a cycle and now it's time to start reassessing like the priorities in your life. You just aren't going to be able to keep up with all that stuff. And the more you keep all the things in the bundle and then you keep adding things to the bundle, taking on more stuff, that is that might be what you do to end up breaking you, because then you just collapse from exhaustion. I've done that a number of times, but you don't have to do it that way. You can make a conscious choice. You know, you can say, okay, let me look at all these things that I have going on. God, help me sort this stuff. Goddess, help me sort this stuff. You know, you don't have to do it all. And it feels like everything has a priority until you kind of sit down with it and you're like, wait, I'm going to let that go. And then you let it go and then it goes and then you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. You know, it's just, you don't have to wait until your body breaks down or you have a mental breakdown. You don't have to wait for all that stuff to happen. You can just, I don't know. See, Michelle, come back to me and tell me what you think. Like if that works for you, if that's helpful. If it's not, let me know. Okay? But that's what's coming in and that's what that card means. Okay, I have Emily Goodwin. All right. And Emily asks, what wisdom is here for me today about what my relationship needs most from me to improve at this time? So I'm going to look at this for Emily. And actually, I'm going to just grab a little bit of, a little cleanser to help get rid of some pesky attachments that are lingering. They're not really willing to just take off, and they're clouding things here. All right, thank you so much. But it's time to move on. Give us free. All right. Okay, so for Emily, hi Leslie, I just saw you tuned in. All right, Emily. Relationship wants to improve. What's the message for her? Oh, again, we've got 10 of Wands. Again, this idea of having so much stuff that's plaguing you, distracting you, and also a little bit of martyring you. That's what happens when we get the 10 of Wands. It's like sometimes we make ourselves so busy so that we don't have to feel our emotions or feel our feelings. Sometimes we make ourselves so busy and we don't have to take responsibility for the subtle things. We get to neglect family or friends, or we get to neglect our health, we get to neglect our diet because we keep ourselves really busy. And we like that a lot here in the Los Angeles area. It's like, okay, well, I'm really far away and traffic is really bad and I have to do this and I have to do that and I've got to be at work. You know, work gets all my time, it gets all my attention. Work, 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 work. I don't have time for family. I don't have time for friends. We get ourselves really bogged down and stuff. And when we're in it, those things seem really real. But then all it takes is for somebody important to die. And then we're like, what the fuck? Why did I make work a priority? And then it's too late. And I'm speaking about this from my own experience. And I'm not going to say that I personally regret having worked as hard as I have in the past. But I am sure as hell saying I'm not going to ever do that again. You know, this 10 of Wands card used to come up for me all the time. And now it comes up after I acknowledge it. So I'm like, you know what? I feel myself slipping into this. I'm neglecting myself and everybody else around me because I'm taking on way too many projects. And now I say, this is what I feel. I can pull this card out of the deck and I'm saying, no, 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 no. I will not let this card rule me and let me miss out on the opportunity to bond with my friends, the opportunity to bond with my family, to enjoy my grandparents, to enjoy my girlfriends, you know, to enjoy romance, to get some exercise, you get my point. Emily, write me and let me know if this is interesting for you or if it makes sense or if it resonates. If it doesn't, you let me know and then I'll go in and do some more reading. Okay, just going to double check the messages here. Okay, Leslie. Hey, Leslie, you need to put a question on for me. I didn't see a question come up for you. Okay, Margot says, thank you. That was right on. Yep, be your true self, Margot. You are beautiful and funny as hell. I still have to post what you said last night. You're not taking my money. That was awesome, girl. Can't wait to just throw that out there to 40 days of abundant prosperity. Okay, something feels like, and I feel so low, I can't see. Yeah, Michelle, right. You're going to have to sit down and like reprioritize, girl. Check in, tune in with your spirits. You don't have to know your spirit guides' names. They don't need you to know their names in order for you to call on them. You can simply like tune in and say, hey, I need some help here. Come in, whoever's going to help me move to a higher aspect of myself. I don't know how to make these things, which all seem like they're a priority. I don't know how to choose what to let go of. Ask your spirit guides to help you, because what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll just take away what doesn't need to be there anymore. They just need your permission. You don't have to do anything. You just have to give the universe permission to take things away, and then they will take it away. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. They can take it away with love. They will take it away with respect. They will take it away. They can take things and alleviate them. If you're like, I don't want this thing to go away. I want it just to not have so much influence right now. I want to deal with it later. They will arrange that for you. All you got to do is ask. This is your life, and the universe is here to serve you. And it serves you very well, but you're not taking responsibility for what you're telling it to do. And that's why you're on this call right now, to remember how to command the forces of the universe. Okay. All right. Okay, Leslie. Okay, Emily's like, I'm so sad. I missed my reading. Okay, I'm sorry. Emily, wait, hold on a second. Somebody just came in. Hold on, I'm coming back. Emily, I'll tell you what your card said, but then you can also check in and rewatch the video. Just scan to 34 minutes, and then you'll hear your reading completely. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. The guy just delivered payroll checks. Okay, so Emily, your reading was you got the same card as Michelle, which is the Ten of Wands, which is about having too much stuff on your plate. And having too much stuff on your plate. Hold on, sorry. Right. There so much stuff on your plate that you're really distracted, and you need to check in with your with what is a priority for you, because it seems to me that your love life is not getting the emphasis that it deserves, that it needs, and that possibly you'll have some regrets if you don't move into giving more attention to it. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it means more time, because that's actually just coming in. Doesn't mean that your relationship needs more time, but that it needs more care. All right, so tune in, see if that is helpful for you, and then we'll come back. And like I said, you can listen to this again later, and then you can get all the insights, because I did give you all those insights. All right, Leslie wants to know, what's coming up with her love life. All right, and it's about time for us to start wrapping up. Sorry about the delayed start, you guys. I had a really hard time. I just didn't sync up properly at all. Okay, Leslie, Justice, Leslie, can you tell me about a little bit more about your relationship? Just type in something for me or send me a private message on my Facebook page. Just do that for me real quick. And let me see. Because I'm feeling like I want a little more information. Okay. So while you're giving me more information, Leslie, I'm just putting this to the side for right now. A little more information, you can put it either here on the YouTube page, or you can send me a private message on Facebook. Or yeah, I'm just waiting for you to give you your reading. I'll do it later. If I don't hear from you, I'll just read from what I have, but I'm feeling like there's something you need to tell me. All right. I'm on the Facebook page right now. I'm going to start reading from those since there's no new information on the YouTube. Denise, I've got Monica. Okay. Monica's not got a question. There are no more questions left, so I think we can start winding down, except I want to hear from Leslie. It looks like you'll be the last reading for the day. Okay. Leslie. I'm just waiting for Leslie. I'm just waiting for Leslie. Okay. One of the things, while I'm waiting for Leslie to give me more information somewhere, one of the things that's coming in for me with this idea of justice, in order to be just, one has to have a sense of balance within themselves and a sense of integrity, whether that integrity is coming from having, doing things in the outward world in a way that is rich and powerful, or doing it in, having that integrity within oneself, where you are, there's an alignment of your values, your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. So Leslie, right now I haven't seen that you've updated me with more information, but I think. Oh, okay. So you're coming back in. All right, I'm waiting for you, honey. Just give me a just let me know what it is that you are wanting a little more specifically. Justice is about having balance and fairness, of course. But we have to wonder, like, why this is coming in when we're asking about our love life. And there's so many different answers that are coming in for me that's why I'm wanting to get a little more information from you. So I'd like to make it a little more meaningful. Although this might have a lot of meaning. I mean, this is what's coming in for you with regard to the reading. But to me, this sounds a little general, which is why, I tend to want to be a little more specific. So just give me some more information. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. All right. So just going to refresh and make sure I'm getting this whole story here, Leslie. Okay, so it seems that the question is you don't know if you should end a relationship. So justice, as we all know, is blind. And the reason that justice is blind is because we don't need to have judgment in order to have justice. It feels like we do because in our society we use judgment in order to enact justice. However, energetically, everything is just because the vibration you carry is what's determining what you're receiving, what's coming into your experience, into your consciousness, and the consciousness that you hold. So I spoke a few minutes ago about being in integrity. If you are not in integrity within yourself, then you're going to have an experience that is disjointed, fragmented, misaligned, fractional, disturbing, uncomfortable, unsettled, unsuccessful. If you find that you are, though, able to get yourself in alignment, even with your greatest values, then the decision to stay in a relationship or to end a relationship does not even need your thought. It will simply happen as it is meant to, according to the frequency, the vibration that you are maintaining. In other words, your question is, do you have a future, a near future with this particular man? And what's coming in before I get really into that, what's coming in is you don't have to quit him. You do have to come into integrity for yourself, for what it is you desire in your life, because you cannot use him to complete you. Your completion must happen on your own accord, by your own volition. And then he will naturally stay or go according to you and your natural vortex. All right, tell me, Leslie, if that's helpful. I'm going to just hang out here because I think it's probably a good time for me to be shutting off. And I'm just going to wait for Leslie. I won't take any more readings at this point. But I am going to just skim through the comments while I'm waiting for Leslie to give me a response if she needs anything else. But it looks like I got everybody. Denise, Gail, Betty, Emily. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Okay, so Leslie, I haven't heard back from you, so I think that's maybe it for the day. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Yes, okay, Leslie says yes. Yes, all right. Okay, so tell me, okay, awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you. You're welcome, Leslie. All right, so if you all want to have more in-depth, a more in-depth reading with me, contact me. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me at everydayzenrelaxationstudio.com. My email address is crystallyn at everydayzenrelaxationstudio.com. Tarot reading, life coaching, law of attraction coaching, abundance coaching, massage. I do it all here at my studio. Um, and yes, Leslie, come over to the studio soon. I would love to see you. It would be really great. All of you, come over to the studio and see me. We've made some changes. Things are great. We have yoga here. Gosh, we just do it all. Great workshops coming up. We've got Kim Summers Egglesy offering a workshop on Wednesday, March 25th. Empower, I can't think of the name of it exactly. Empower Yourself Now. It's about finding your inner power, finding your inner wisdom, and it's called Living Your Full Power. Wednesday the 25th. Tonight, we've got Creating a Loving and Prosperous Money Mindset with Monique Halm, who's a money coach. Monique is also going to be offering another class on March 26th. It's called Feng Shui and Money. And then she's going to be starting, she has another class on Thursday, the 2nd of April, called Your Angels, Spirit Guides, and Wealth. And then she starts a 10-week money transformation program on April 9th. Anyway, all that stuff is on our meetup page and on our calendar. You can find it on Facebook. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon. Namaste, friends.